O Diyos aming Ama, ang lahat ng nilalang ay marapat na sumamba sa iyo. Higit sa iyong mga biyaya, sinasamba ka namin dahil ikaw ay ikaw. Lumalapit kami sa iyo, dakilang tagapaglikha, nagsusumamo at humihingi ng kapatawaran. Kami ay nagkulang at nagkasala. Patawarin mo kami sa katigasan ng aming mga puso. Turuan mo kami at dalhin sa inyong kalooban. Tingnan mo kami ng may awa at kahabagan. Hilumin mo po ang aming bayan, ang aming mga mahal sa buhay, kaibigan, kapitbahay, karatig bayan, ganon din ang aming mga kaaway sa pandemyang kinahaharap namin sa COVID-19. Isama niyo na rin ang mga may sakit sa iba't ibang karamdaman. Panginoon, balutin mo kami ng inyong kaluwalhatian. Itago mo kami sa lilim ng inyong mga pakpak laban sa anumang kapahamakan o wala sa oras na kamatayan. Kristo, ang tinapay ng buhay, alalahanin niyo po ang mga namumuno sa aming bansa, ang mga ilaw at haligi ng bawat tahanan, at mga kawani na nagtatanggol sa aming seguridad at mga frontliners. Batid mo, Panginoon, ang mga dinaraanan at bawat ganap sa aming buhay. Espiritong Banal, aming tanggulan at gabay, imulat ang aming mga mata at ipakita si Jesus ang Panginoon at tagapagligtas, ang nag-iisang katotohanan at tanging daan tungo sa Ama. Wala nang iba. Purihin ka, O aming Diyos. Ang presensya mo ay tunay na biyaya ng aming buhay. Ito ang aming samot panalangin sa pangalan ni Jesus, Kordero ng Diyos na nag-aalis ng kasalanan ng mundo. Amen.
Reaching out to Filipinos worldwide, the now of digital entertainment with studios in Manila, Bacolod, Hong Kong, and Los Angeles, California. This is V81 Radio Worldwide.
V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not necessarily state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host, the show, this station, the management, and the network. Kumusta, kabayan? Kumusta ka, bayan? Gusto mo bang makasagap ng chismis na may laman? Chismis na makabuluhan? Let's talk about love, life, relationships, social issues, and anything under the sun. Narito na sina Jay at Owie upang sabayan kayong makitawa, makiiyak, makikanta, at makisaya sa nag-iisang online tambayan. Chikabayan, Chika Bayan. Chikabayan. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Hello mga kabayan!
What's up, what's up? It's me again, Owie.
And it's Jaya and girl.
Ano, chika ba yan?
Chika ba yan?
Chika
Bayan!
Maligayang pagbabalik sa isa na namang Chismis Tuesday here at V81 Radio. And always remember that you can always download the V81 Radio app to watch more of our shows and other shows ng V81 Radio. And apart from downloading the app, what else can they do?
Well, taray. May ganon. You can also download Amazon Fire TV. We are also available. Sorry, our shows are also available on Amazon Fire TV. Just download the V81 Radio app on your Amazon TV device. And available din tayo kay
Alexa.
Amazon Alexa. So just say, Alexa, play V81 Radio. Ayan. Tara.
Kumusta naman so far? Kumusta ka?
Bayan. Okay nun. Actually, sobrang, ang daming nangyari, no? 1 week pa lang yung nakalipas since we first aired. And thank you so much sa mga kabayan natin na sumuport sa ating pilot episode last week. And abangan, marami pa kayong aabangan dito at saka marami kayong mga naka-line up na special guests. And mamimigay din tayo ng prizes. Prizes will be given away sa mga susunod na kabanata ng V81. Ay, ng Chikabayan here on V81 Radio.
Yes. And di ba nga last week pinag-usapan natin yung love language at saka yung personality types, yung Myers-Briggs type indicators.
Sana lahat kayo nag-take ng assessments. Ayun.
So di ba nga parang the importance of us knowing our personality types and even our love languages is to make sure that we communicate the things that we want to communicate to people the way we want them to receive it.
Yes, exactly.
And apart from that kasi, so focusing on love, and this topic is something that we want to bank on kasi bilang may pandemic, tapos a lot of people have started moving things online na.
Yeah. Totoo.
Nagsimula tayo sa physical interaction like this until nagka-pandemic, so mga tao nasa bahay ngayon. Tapos,
nung first part ng pandemic, lahat tayo nangangapa.
Correct.
Parang na-pause yung mga buhay natin. No?
Totoo. Now, people have started managing relationships virtually. So, hindi lang ito yung relationship na intimate, like mag-jowa or mag-best friend like us. Mm-hmm. Even relationships at work, even yung mga friends natin, na-move na halos lahat virtually .
Mm-mm.
Now, the topic is super interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Kasi it talks about a big word.
Big word? Uy, gusto ko ng mga big words.
Now, what we're gonna talk about today is actually answering, questions about trust.
Ooh,
And,
I like.
points of view ng iba't ibang tao. Well, dalawa na naman tayo dito, but we would also like to hear comments. We would like to hear, your stories in the comment box. So please feel free to chat your comments here in the Facebook Live and YouTube, so we can get to know you more as well.
Yeah, true. So if you have like insights, kung meron kayong 2 cents or story nyo na gusto nyo i-share about, what we are talking about, we can read through your comments, guys. So mag-comment lang kayo dyan para we can interact.
Correct. Pero sa'yo ba, how important to you is trust in relationship management?
It's very very, very important. I know, people always or often hear this na parang every relationship should be built on trust, and if trust is no longer in the relationship, it's likely the relationship is likely to fall, alam mo yun, to break, ganyan. Ako, I really believe na like trust is very important. Pero mamaya, meron akong floating question for you like after this. But ikaw ba? Like,
I would say yes, 100%. Well, even kung pwede mag-exceed ng 100%.
tiwala yun eh.
Na parang, you really can't establish something without trust. Regardless kasi kung intimate relationship ba ito, yung mag-boyfriend, girlfriend, or even mag-asawa, or even people that you work in the office. Hindi ka pwedeng maging leader kung wala kang tiwala sa taong hawak mo.
Yeah.
Or hindi ka pwedeng magtrabaho sa isang team kung wala kang tiwala sa mga taong kasama mo.
Correct.
Diba? There are delegations kasi na pwedeng ibibigay sa'yo, pero dahil sa puno ka na, kailangan ibigay mo siya sa tao. Pero dahil may trust issues ka, hindi mo maibigay.
Oo, parang gusto mo sa'yo lahat. Parang ganyan.
Correct. Pero ano yung floating question mo?
Ito. So ako, I wanted to ask, kasi diba, we have established that trust is, very important in a relationship. Pero ikaw, like, do you think, like personally, kahit personally, joke lang. Do you think trust is earned or is it being given?
Good question yan. Familiar ka ba dun sa $100 million or $100 million money trap na game show? I can be wrong, hindi ko alam kung $100 million game show yun.
Ano yun?
Yung meron ka $100 million or
Ah.
$100,000, basta meron ka certain amount of money that you have.
Pengi.
So that's 100.
Pengi.
And then you're gonna be asked of questions. So what you're gonna do is to bet your money dun sa parang
Ito may mga $1 million questions.
Oo.
Gets.
So you start with $100 million, pero eventually nagbabawasan siya. So ganun yung concept ko kasi ng trust. There are questions or there are instances in life that will make or break someone's trust, but you always start trust at 100. For me, that's my point of view.
Yeah.
There are people kasi out there, and
Gets ko.
it's a case-to-case basis kasi from you or from our friends na hindi lahat ng tao sasabihin nila na, I trust you enough.
At saka parang, alam niyo parang, may mga, ewan ko kung bias to or like unconscious bias. May mga tao na mamimit mo, hindi mo kilala. Pero pagkakatiwalaan mo kaagad. Tapos meron din namang mga tao mamimit mo, hindi mo kilala. Tapos ayaw mo talaga silang pagkatiwalaan. Sometimes like bias siya. Like meron tayong
May
stereotype,
unconscious bias.
prejudice,
Correct.
unconscious bias talaga siya.
Unconscious bias, and there are, unconscious prejudice talaga siya
Mm.
based on, how you perceive
A
dun sa tao
person,
yun.
oo.
Kasi titignan mo rin yung capacity niya. When
The
you
way
talk
they
about-
look.
The way we look.
Mm-mm.
If we're talking about financial aspects, titignan mo yung capacity to pay. Kasi
Yeah.
sa lahat ng ginagawa mo, pumapasok yung trust.
Mm-mm.
Even nga lang yung mag-book ka ng service, like Grab,
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
Grab or Angkas, yung mga ganyan.
Or
you
mag-hail ka
will-
ng cab.
Oo,
Diba?
you will give your 100% trust right away dun sa driver mo.
Mm-mm.
You trust the person that this person will get you to that, destination safely.
Mm-mm.
Na 100% buo ka pa din. So for me, that's the concept of trust. You don't impose people to give it to you, pero when you give it to people, you have to give it 100% all time ka agad. Until such time, again, this is my opinion, until such time that there is like that certain incident that will either make or break the 100% trust that you have.
Yeah.
Kasi, alam mo yung term na tantos.
Yung tatal.
Oo, tatantosan mo kasi kung ilang beses na nagkaroon ng certain infraction, kaya nga 'di ba sa trabaho pag may mali kang nagawa, nagkakaroon ng memo. Or reprimands eh.
Mm-mm.
And for me that's kind of a concept of trust.
Yeah, that's true. Ako rin eh. Kasi when I asked you that, I was thinking at the back of my mind na parang, I could say na I trust people easily. Pero, parang I believe that trust is being given. But once it's lost, or like it's tainted, diba? That's when, those people would have to earn it. Parang ganon. Parang, ang hirap magtiwala ulit sa parehong tao na sumira nung tiwala mo. Gets?
Correct.
Diba?
Pero, ano ba yung perception mo kasi ng trust na to?
Yung binabibili sa convenience store, charing.
Ikaw, what's your perception of, distrust na feeling mo mahirap ibalik na?
It depends din. Parang base-to-base cases. Case-to-case basis siya ulit. Like in the sense na, how grave, parang how badly it affected your life, you as a person, your mental health, parang how much it affected you. Sige, I'm gonna use the term na, the betrayal of trust. So how much or what's the gravity of the betrayal of trust? Tama yun, Froilan. Correct, yung nabibiling trust sa over the counter. Pero yun, parang it depends on how much yung impact sa akin. Parang siguro if like hindi naman gaanong impacting, it could easily be regained, recharged. Pero kung grabe yung nagawa, grabe yung nangyari, grabe yung epekto niya sa buhay ko, sa pagkatao ko, sa mental health ko, siguro doon ako talaga super mahihirapan na, alam mo yun, na magtiwala ulit, magkaka-trust issues ka na. And when I say trust issues, not like trust issues in general, like trust issues with that person who broke your trust. Ganun.
Talking about trust issues I get this from people I meet usually. Madami ako narinig kasi na kwento na meron silang trust issues. Para sa akin, I always challenge the norms na din sa meron siyang trust issues. How can you have a trust issue kung wala ka pang trust?
Actually, dami naman.
Diba? Sa akin kasi yung perception ng trust, same with you. It's, talking about betrayal nung kung anong meron kayo. Pero yung mending trust kasi varies depending on ano ba yung emotional investment mo doon
Doon sa tao. Exactly. Di ba, I remember, parang when we talked about it before, parang, kunyari, yung tao, parang hindi naman sa pero you're not invested. Like, wala naman kayo masyadong malalim na pinagdaanan. Parang it wouldn't matter to you as much compared doon kung the betrayal came from someone close to you.
Totoo.
Someone you care about, someone you shared hardships with. Parang iba yung impact kapag sila yung nag-betray ng trust compared dun sa mga, kunyari na-meet mo lang online tapos parang may sinabi sa'yo na hindi pala totoo. Something like that. Parang iba yung mo dun yung emotional bank account mo sa kanila.
Pero here's the thing, and I think we talked about this in one of our spaces sa Twitter. Is lying okay?
We did! We talked about this.
Okay lang ba na magsinungaling?
For me, though, it's I'm gonna incriminate din ako dito, girl. Sorry. For me, lying is not okay. So it's never okay to lie, but it's normal. So I'm just gonna echo on what I said doon sa space when we talked about it. It's normal for people to lie. I mean, I'm not gonna try to come clean here. Parang when did we begin to? No one taught us how to lie. Di ba? Tinuruan ka ba na magsinungaling? Parang walang manual na we learned how to lie. Like, bata pa tayo. Like, maliit pa tayo. Parang, kunyari, pogi ba si Tito ganyan? Opo. Charing.
Example mo.
Funny. Hindi, pero, I mean, gets ba? Kasi, may ganda sa mga example. Sorry yung unang pumasok sa isip ko. Pero, parang bata pa lang tayo. We are already exposed. We have already been lying. So I wouldn't say it's okay, of course. Lalo na kung sinasadya mong magsinungaling, like, 'di ba? Pero it's normal. Like, people really lie. Like, nagsisinungaling talaga yung mga tao. And it would not be normal for us to say na stop lying. Like, don't lie 100% because it's not gonna happen.
Correct. Answering the question is lying okay, I would probably say it's okay depende sa kung ano yung intention mo why you lie.
Intention, number one.
There are intentions kasi why people lie. Parang, people know that it's a lie. Sila na mismo yun eh. Hindi mo pwedeng, paano ba? You can always base your facts on what you know.
Choice kasi yun eh. Alam mo yun?
Totoo. It's your choice if you're going to lie o hindi eh. Pero there are lies kasi that will protect someone pa. There are beneficial lies. Ito yung tinatawag natin white lies.
White lies.
Kasi, diba? Na parang for me, it's okay to lie. If you are protecting someone or if you are doing it for the benefit of something, not because of your own benefit. Meron kasi yung tipong magsisinungaling ka for you not to hurt anyone. Pero meron kasi yung magsisinungaling ka for you to uplift yourself.
Yeah. And that's the bad kind of lie.
Correct. And this is when, if you do that kasi yung lie na, yung latter, na you uplifting yourself, it's also a factor of, betrayal.
Betrayal. And the worst part is, you're aware. Like, you're 100% aware that
you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah, that you're not doing the right thing, that you're not telling the truth. Like, 100% alam mo na, oh my gosh, yung sasabihin ko hindi totoo. And then you're gonna do it anyway. I mean, wake up. Come on. Totoo ka ba? Di ba? Parang, it suddenly becomes like a question of integrity. Integrity issue na siya, trust issue na siya. Like, lahat na like na nilay na doon sa table just because that person had a choice whether to tell the truth or tell a lie, and they chose to tell a lie. At pangatawanan yung kasinungalingan.
And that's also, yun yung isa sa mga nagiging factor kung bakit nagkakaroon ng trust na nasisira eventually. And it comes from these people kasi who matter.
Yeah, that's
Yung
yun talaga
betrayal
yung
of trust
parang,
doesn't,
oo.
I mean, it comes usually, I mean, it comes from people din naman na kakikilala mo lang.
Wait, naloka ako sa what if your trust breaks? Eh di baby.
Uy,
Ay, sorry. Oops.
ayun. Wala tuloy sasabihin ko. It comes from those people kasi, yung betrayal na yan, of trust, it comes usually from people na sobrang lapit sa'yo. Yung tipong inaakala mong magiging comfort zone mo, magiging shelter mo when you need them.
Yung mga kasama mo sa hirap at ginhawa,
Correct.
sa kanila pa manggagaling.
Yung betrayal madalas. Kaya nagkakaroon ng tao ng, I don't wanna say na trust issues talaga. It could be, sorry for the word, but it could be trauma.
Trauma.
Yun. And they're banking on experience na baka ganito ulit mangyari sa akin when I do this with a different person sa mga susunod na.
Oo. Most especially, there's gonna be like a comparison na itong ang taong to na we meant a lot to each other, they were able to betray me. How much more yung bago kong makikilala na wala pa, na, alam mo, wala pa kaming pinagdadaanan,
Correct.
wala pa kaming masyadong, gets ba? Parang, how much more? Mas kaya niya, mas capable siyang gawin din sa akin yung ginawa sa akin ng taong pinagkatiwalaan ko for a long time.
Totoo.
Diba?
Pero tingin mo ba, are we trusting people enough? Kung bakit nangyayari itong mga ganitong bagay? Is it bad
That's a
that
good
we're
question.
trusting people enough?
Well, I don't think, giving out, this is just me, I could always be wrong. But I don't think like giving out or trusting people all the time or most of the time is bad. Kasi parang, when you trust someone, most especially if you have just met him or her, you are already like showing them like your vulnerability. Diba? Parang, kumbaga, merong parte sa'yo na ipinagkakatiwala mo pinapaubaya mo sa kanila, pinagkakatiwala mo sa kanila. And it's okay. But I think, in terms of like, trusting a lot of people, we have to set our boundaries. Parang okay lang, sige, pagkatiwalaan mo yan sila lahat na parang benefit of the doubt sa lahat, okay, they're not gonna do me wrong. Okay, I trust that they're not gonna do me wrong. But you have to set boundaries also. Like, set expectations na when the time comes that, these people or one of these people betrays you or commits an act of betrayal, how are you gonna handle it? Parang ganun. Parang may self-assessment ka na naman doon.
Correct.
Diba? Parang, and that's you kasi, sorry, regardless of like how, what they do to you or, what happened in your relationship, at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one dealing with your own battles, fighting your own battles. Hindi mo pwede kasing ipasa na parang, ikaw kasi,
at hindi mo kasi, you can't point fingers because of what you feel now. Di ba nga parang we mentioned last episode na there's only one thing that you can control. It's the reaction that you will give towards, the things that's happening to you.
Yeah.
Ayun siya. And we actually have one comment from Froilan. Hi, Froy.
Hi, Froilan.
When it comes to investing emotionally in any type of relationship, when to trust or not to trust? Oh, it's not a comment, it's a question. Is always trust given from the get-go, or is it something that you will give little by little?
I think parang...
Ang ganda ng question niya.
Oo. Sobrang... Alam mo, gusto ko yung sobrang engaged niya.
Oo. Ang dami na tatlong question mark nakita ko. Pero sige, simulan natin siya.
Gusto ko muna yung una. When to trust or not to trust?
I think yung answer ko dun sa first question niya, and technically related yung tatlo eh. Parang, is it something that you will give agad or will you gradually give it to a person? My point of view on this is, ako personally, I give trust 100% all the time. Same thing that I mentioned earlier, para siyang $1 million money drop. Hindi kasi ako naniniwala dun sa concept na pagkakatiwalaan kita ngayon, today ng 20%. Tapos dapat may gagawin.
Ang hirap din naman nun. Parang may tracker ka.
Para makuha mo yung 30% ko. For me, trust is not progressive eh. It's either you plateau the trust or regressive siya. Kasi,
ang taray, naging report.
Diba, naging report yung trust. Naging graph. why am I saying that I'm gonna give it 100% all the time? Parang on the get-go, give the trust that you have. It's for the other person kasi how will the other person take care of it. Pero meron akong dyan, meron akong caveat. Dun sa 100% na to. Remember the Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Yeah.
Meron tayong 5 stages of, the hierarchy. Physiological, security and safety, belongingness, naalala ko, no? Tama,
Like,
love and belongingness.
May something before the love and belongingness.
Inaalala ko bigla. Basta yung 5 yun eh. Tapos ang pinakataas kasi siya, self-actualization. You give your 100% trust all the time to people.
Security and some
Pero magsisimula ka dun sa pinakabababang need mo. Physiological need. For example, may mangungutang sa akin na 100 pera. For example na lang. Meron ka namang, syempre may mga trackers na kung papautangan mo ba itong taong to, hindi. Meron kang titignan, capacity to pay, yung collateral, kung meron man, credibility niya. Titignan mo kasi yun eh. Pero when I lend money to this person, kung si Jay hihiram sa akin ng pera, I trust Jay, I will lend Jay money.
Oo, tama.
So andun ako sa first level pala.
Tama.
Security and safety kasi i-elevate mo na naman. Parang while I'm giving my 100% trust, the person also will move the needle from the first stage ng hierarchy of needs up to the next. Hanggang sa makarating siya dun sa dun sa self-actualization need ko. That is this person satisfying that part? Is this person helping me out actualize myself? What do I really need? Parang ganon. I hope I'm making sense sa sinasabi ko, no? Na while I'm giving my 100% trust all the time to people, these people also should also elevate, the things that they're showing me based on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs that I have for myself.
Gets. Pero I think sobrang like tedious. No?
Coming from someone who's analytical.
Yeah, like highly analytical. I think yes. Parang but it's a good way to like put it. Kasi sometimes, di ba, when people try to understand it, we just couldn't like put the puzzle pieces. We just can't like pinpoint paano ba. But like it's really like a good way to explain or put it. Pero parang just like what Owie said kanina, na parang when to trust and not trust in terms of investing. Sometimes kasi I would give naman the least logical, least analytical response. Gut feel. We can't explain gut feel, 'di ba? Parang bigla instinct. Parang hindi mo siya na-explain eh. Parang you come up with things to justify your impression of something, but it's really just gut feel. Na-feel mo lang talaga bigla. And wala talagang explanation. And I could use the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs to explain my gut feel. But then, that's overthinking for me. But like, wala, biglaan lang siya. Kunyari, minsan kasi parang, alam mo yung example ko sa'yo before, lang ang babaw nito guys. Pero, kunyari, yung may nanliligaw sa'yo. Diba? Yung may nanliligaw sa'yo, tapos parang hindi mo type. Like physically. Tapos parang yung may joke before na, kapag daw yung nanligaw sa'yo is hindi mo type, ang tawag daw doon, stalker. Pero kapag daw pogi at type mo, ang tawag, admirer. Something like that. So parang ganun yung trust, na parang it really depends. Kunyari, meron kang nakasaba ito. Sumakay ka sa UV. So kunyari, UV ka. Yan, sakay ka sa UV. Tapos may katabi ka na mukhang sketchy. And you don't trust that person. So super ganyan ka sa bag mo, super eme ka. Yung pala, si kuya pala ay sobrang relihiyosong tao, breadwinner, napakatinong tao pala ni
That's
other
unconscious
person.
bias.
Unconscious bias mo yun. And then there are times din na kunyari nasa bus ka or nasa UV ka ulit, basta you're in a public transportation. Tapos may makasabay ka na hindi ka naman ganun sa gamit mo, na parang okay, parang chill ka lang, tutulog ka pa, ganyan, na parang komportable ka. Compare doon sa nakatabi mo na isa na sobrang grabe yung kapit mo sa gamit mo. Diba? So like that's a very simple example na it depends eh. It's really subjective. It's a case to case basis, and most of the time it's dictated by your unconscious bias.
Exactly. And before we go on our short break, I would like to pose a little challenge on that. Ayun sa unconscious bias na to. That's why we're not having enough peace. Bilang peacemaker na ako bigla.
May bagong title.
Kaya tignan mo, people are actually, people have this unconscious bias or yung prejudice based on how people look. Minsan, kumakain ka sa restaurant, alfresco dining na lang. Yung bag mo nasa upuan. Diba? May lalapit sa'yo. The immediate reaction of people usually, hindi ko nila lahat, pero usually is kukunin yung bag, itatabi, or kahandungin bigla. Anong message ang sinisend mo
Doon sa taong
lumalapit
exactly.
sa'yo? Parang, do I look like a bad person? Hindi kasi natin alam kung yung taong yon ay may intention na hindi
Paano kung bet ka lang pala?
or may sasabihin lang pala sa'yo, may itatanong lang. Hindi kasi, di ba, I'm gonna speak based on my experience from people, from friends, from people I know. May ganun kasi immediate reaction kagad eh. And I think that's one of the factors why we are lacking peace. Na people are not trusting people enough.
Yeah, that's true. I would highly agree from someone who said na I give my trust agad-agad and kapag nasira, just
Correct. And
that's when they have to earn it.
I'm not gonna, hindi ko naman biniblame yung mga tao na, uy, magtiwala ka sa lahat ng tao. Hindi ko man sinasabi.
Oo naman,
It's just that, we could live in a better world sana if people are trusting people enough.
Yeah.
Na hindi lahat ng taong malapit sa'yo na porket hindi maganda yung suot niya or hindi siya pasok doon sa standards mo as a person, masama na agad ang tingin mo sa kanila. Kasi some people really are good.
What if hindi ka, wala ka palang trust issue, classist ka lang pala talaga.
Pero I'm getting where these people are coming from.
Gets
You know
naman.
why?
Yeah.
It's because of, again, experience.
Past
Or maybe, stories that they've heard from people around them too.
Na affect yung personal nila.
Yung bias nila sa sarili nila.
Yeah.
Pwede kasi maapektuhan yun eh. See, diba, ang laki ng impluwensya ng
It's
tao.
super complex, no?
Correct. We're not saying that we are 100% certain sa mga opinions namin based on this kasi it's always subjective, it's always on a case-to-case basis. Depende rin yan sa experience mo, depende rin yan sa kung ano yung nangyari sa'yo in the past. Tagalog ko lang.
Tama.
Pero ganun kasi siya eh. Ang ganda lang sana nung world kung titira ka dun sa tao. Kung titira ka dun sa isang society that people are trusting everyone enough.
Oo.
Hindi mo kailangang questionin kung ano yung tsura niya just because ganito yung suot niya.
Yeah. Alam mo I'm not sure if it's Japan or Singapore, na parang they can leave their phones unattended sa fast food. Japan. Parang they wouldn't mind leaving their gadgets, laptop nila, iwan lang nila sa coffee shop, tapos balik sila sa counter. Dito sa Philippines, we can't do that. I personally can't leave my phone just like that. Ganun lang. Oo, parang super, wait lang, kung aalis ako, like, car keys, wallet, phone, all the time.
Valuables.
Oo, lahat ng valuables, parang dapat nakadikit siya sa akin. And I think it's the same for everyone, no?
Totoo.
And, ayan.
So, ayun. We'll talk more about this actually after our short break kasi very juicy yung topic natin after the break.
Oh my gosh. Abangan yan, mga kabayan. So, we'll be back in a few.
See ya!
Magbabalik ang CHIKABAYAN, CHIKABAYAN, CHIKABAYAN. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Good news para sa mga kababayan natin abroad. Mapapanood nyo na ang inyong mga paboritong V81 radio shows sa Amazon Fire TV. Simple lang ang gawin. Go to Amazon.com at isearch lang ang V81 radio app and click install. Tiyak wala kayong shows na mamimiss dahil mapapanood nyo na ito anytime and anywhere you want. Gamit ang Amazon Fire TV. Tandaan lang, just install the V81 radio app and you're good to go. Another first from V81 Radio Worldwide. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang Tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever. program for the millennials that will showcase young professionals' worth, aspirations, and successes in doing what they believe is right, progressive, and inclusive, making a difference. Making a difference. Join them as they discover the path to self and societal fulfillment while making a difference. Hosted by empowered and cool millennial Erica Mizon. Together with her cool millennials, they will be making a difference. Every Saturday, 1 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio, Manila.
Hi, this is Osamari Chan. You can listen to my songs by downloading the V81 Radio mobile app. Free now, free forever. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Ito ang radio mo, ito ang radio ko. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Dahil mahal namin kayo. V81 Radio, V81 Radio. Para sa inyo ito, V81 Radio.
Balikan na natin ang Chikabayan, Chikabayan, Chikabayan. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ayan, welcome
And we're
back.
back. Ayun.
Napaka-formal pala natin ngayon.
Totoo. Diba? News anchors.
Tama.
Ayan. So kanina bago tayo mag-break, we talked about trust. We talked about yung it's not even a concept kasi it's innate sa mga tao. So we talked about trust, we talked about lying, we talked about, are we trusting people enough? This time, let's make, things a little more spicy. Ito sa next natin pag-uusapan.
Ano yan?
Kasi nga,
Actually.
we encounter this from our friends and we might also have encountered it na sa mga past relationships natin.
Huh?
Oo.
Cherry? Huh? Not sure.
So, let's talk about cheating naman this time.
Can't relate.
Tingin mo, is cheating okay?
No! Siyempre, hindi. Like, it's parang lying. Na it's not okay. But unlike lying, cheating can't be part. Alam mo, parang it doesn't get a pass to be part of our lives. Like, 'di ba? Parang there's no excuse. It's never okay to cheat. Like 100, 110, 200%. 200%.
Pero, we might have talked about this in the past. When, ano yung mga triggers para sa'yo ng cheating?
Like,
How would you know that this person is already cheating on you?
well, since it happened to me, I can speak from experience, no? Parang if you're in a relationship with a person, parang you feel that they're there but they're not there. You get me? Like,
Physically present,
but mentally
or
absent.
emotionally absent.
Yeah. And parang when this happened to me in the past, kasi when I got cheated on, parang it's like the person, I feel that person's presence, like his 100 whenever we're together, and then all of a sudden biglang
Something changed.
and it was like huh? How? Parang nothing changed with our routine, nothing changed with me. Well, I'd like to believe so. Pero something changed with how we are when we're together. Na parang I remember na parang he would rather do other things than do things with me. Parang ganun. Tapos parang that's when I felt na, oh my gosh, wait. Bakit ganito? Hindi to normal. Mali to. Parang, ano nagbago? And then, syempre, I tried to, we tried to discuss, like, talk it out. Syempre, whenever there's an issue or you feel that there's something wrong, you have to communicate it's always important to communicate. So we tried communicating. I tried communicating it with, the person. And then lies.
But do you think, not really incriminating you,
Mm-mm.
pero para sa akin, well, cheating is never okay.
Yeah, it's
Let me
never.
put it that way. Cheating is never okay. Pero yung kanina kasi, yung triggers, there are times kasi that people are just simply overthinking.
Mm-mm.
Na baka kasi, relationships evolve eh. Hindi kasi tayo yung tipong when we start sweet, it doesn't mean that we're gonna
Yeah,
end
that's
sweet
why there's a
every time.
honeymoon stage.
Oo, kaya nga 'di ba, merong phases ng relationships tayo. Minsan darating ka dun sa plateau, minsan darating ka dun sa level of complacence na or comfortability that you don't really have to, to be really sweet anymore. Not really you dropping all the balls na eh. Pero yung tipong it could change. It may be in a snap. It may be a process na baka mamaya it will take months.
Parang break in the making na pala,
Oo.
no?
Pero there are people kasi who are simply looking at it as baka nag-cheat to ka agad.
Well, ako, in my experience, hindi ko naisip agad na nag-cheat siya. Parang, because or baka,
Kasi baka
ang galing lang niya.
development ng tao.
Baka ang galing lang niya mag-cheat. Varsity siya. Hindi, pero parang nung time ko, I didn't feel like he was cheating at that point. And maybe I was just like blinded. I'm not sure like honestly, hindi ko na maalala. It's been how many years since? But and it's something that you try so hard. It's not a good experience when you really try so hard to forget about it or get over it. So parang I couldn't remember like the details of it, but like I can remember trying to talk him out of it. And when the cheating was not like on the table or hindi siya issue. Parang iba yung issue noon. It's more of like personal, family, friends. It wasn't like a girl or another person, a third party. It wasn't like that. And I never thought of it that way. Tapos parang it just dawned upon me na parang, oh my gosh, baka nga iba. Baka cheating nga. Parang ganyan.
And I think it's kind of it's helpful for for people who are in a relationship. And when I say relationship kasi, it could be platonic eh. Hindi all the time intimate siya eh. It could be me cheating on my best friend. Na baka may iba na pala akong best friend, hindi ko lang i-declare. Magkakaibang level kasi yan. It could also be people at work na I could be cheating on my coworker. For example, my fellow manager sa trabaho. Na meron pala akong tinatrabaho na hindi niya alam. Tapos, alam mo yun, pwede kong sulutin. Pwede kasing ganun. Pero ako, bilang I'm mag-trust, mapagbigay ng trust all the time. I always take cheating out of the equation when I'm trying to confront someone or trying to resolve a certain issue.
Okay. Parang
between a friend or a coworker or even my partner.
Parang you welcome the possibility, but you don't like count it. Parang benefit of the doubt.
Correct. Kasi answering the question na why do people cheat tayo eh. Diba? Parang, okay, cheating is gonna be there. Cheating is never okay, but it is there and it happens to people. But dun tayo sa root cause niya, why do people cheat ba? Maybe, I'm using the word maybe kasi it's not always 100% certain. Baka may hindi nasasatisfy dun sa kung ano yung kailangan mo or dun sa kung ano yung gusto mong mangyari sa inyong dalawa. Again, relationships can be platonic or intimate. Pwede kasing ganun. Hindi rin kasi natin masasabi because cheating is always subjective. Like for me, if my partner is, diba, cheating is always subjective.
Pwedeng cheating yun sa'yo pero hindi pa yun cheating sa akin.
Correct. Let me give an example now. My partner, for example, is texting someone. Some other guys. Or maybe a guy in the past na nakaka-text niya noon, tapos nag-textan pa rin sila ngayon. I'm not counting it as cheating because I'm not really being betrayed. And my partner is telling me that din naman. Pero baka sa iba, kahit alam niya na may ka-text na isa yung isa,
Cheating
na agad yun.
Uy,
Kasi
totoo
it's
yun,
always subjective on how you are interpreting the message by the other person.
Uy, totoo yun Parang meron kasi akong na-encounter sa Twitter Spaces din. May na-encounter ako na parang just the action of entertaining another guy who is vocal that they like you, even when you're in a relationship, is already cheating. Parang may nagsabing gano'n. Ako naman, hindi naman sa pagiging defensive, pero kasi it happened to me before na parang there was this guy na he was very vocal that he liked me, and I told him na, hey, I'm engaged, I'm like this and like this and like this. And parang medyo persuasive si guy, or parang he's just there. Parang it happened to me, and me talking to that guy, I didn't feel like it's cheating, but my partner at that time thought na parang it was like papunta na doon na parang alam mong gusto ka niya, bakit mo i-entertain, parang ganun, something like that. So cheating na yun para sa kanya, pero for me hindi yun cheating, parang ganun. So subjective
siya, so it can be interpreted differently by other people.
That's correct.
Ayun. So talking about cheating, para sa'yo, why do people cheat?
Yun, parang siguro I have to agree with like what you mentioned earlier na there's something being satisfied. For me though, like, parang personally speaking, parang cheating is like selfish. It's very selfish. Like, sobrang selfish ng cheating. I could be wrong, and there could be, situations, instances, circumstances that are different from this example that I'm gonna give. When a person cheats, or when a person like gives in to cheating to his or her partner, most of the time, and I could be wrong, most of the time they are not the intention. The intention is not to hurt the partner. Like when I cheat, wait lang. When a person cheats, when I cheat,
example
wala na akong jowa yun muna, joke lang. Pero like when a person cheats, parang that person committing the act of cheating is not thinking about gusto kong saktan kasi si ganito. Although, may mga ganon. Pero, most of the time, parang, hindi naman nila iniisip na gusto nila makapanakit ng jowa eh. It's selfish. Iniisip lang nila yung sarili nila. Iniisip lang nila na dito ako mas masaya, dito ako nasasatisfied, mas maganda, mas nasasatisfy yung love language ko. So for example, balik tayo sa love language dun sa topic natin sa first episode. So parang we talked about how we have different love languages, right? So kunyari ako, my love language is physical touch and quality time. And then my current partner, his love language is words of affirmation and receiving gifts. So technically, yun yung top 2 niya, ako yung top 2 ko. So technically, yan lang yung top 2 namin.
Nagka-clash.
Diba? Parang hindi kami nag-align. So like, and then, so parang medyo on the rocks kami because we don't talk about our love languages. We don't talk about these things. I feel na he doesn't love me and he feels that I don't love him back. Parang ganun, magulo, chaotic siya. Then, someone comes along. May dadating, papasok sa picture. At itong someone na to, ang love language niya is same as yours.
Align kayo.
Align kayo, physical touch din, quality time. So, kunyari, yung partner mo, ayaw niya, hindi niya na-appreciate yung mga akbay-akbay, holding hands, kiss-kiss kayo, PDA kayo, hindi niya na-appreciate yon. Tapos gusto niya, lagi mo siyang binibigyan ng regalo, lagi mo siyang I love you, lagi mo siyang sinasabihan na ang pogi mo, ang galing mo, ang ganda ng forma mo. Tapos itong other person na dadating, siya yung super holding hands, super kiss kayo in public, give na give. Like, kulang na lang siguro, ay, just ko dahil. Mga ganyan. So, syempre, parang ikaw, I feel loved here.
Feeling mo, siya talaga yung para
siya yung para sa'yo. Parang feeling mo, nandun ka doon sa crossroad na parang, what if he's the one and I just met him at the wrong time, wrong place. Ano yun, parang, kaso lang to ng bad timing.
Para siya yung kanta ni Ogie Alcacid na bakit ba
hindi ka
nakilala nung ako'y malaya pa. And definitely, ako naman, naniniwala ako na cheating is not action. Wala object. May objective cheating bigla. Pero yung cheating kasi is not for the first person to hurt the other. It's
Most
always
of the time.
most of the time.
Minsan meron eh.
It's not for the first person to always hurt the other person. Rather, it's for the first person to be more validated. Parang feel niya, mas ma-validate kung ano yung gusto niya mangyari sa sarili niya,
That's
or kung ano yung
correct.
pangarap niya sa buhay and all. And that's why people usually, disengage sa mga relationships na to. But again, it's never okay
It's never
for
okay.
for you
Yeah.
to do it kasi nga it's betrayal of trust. And even yung betrayal of trust in secrecy
It's still
is still
betrayal.
betrayal of trust. Parang infidelity pa rin kasi yun. Kahit
Yeah.
secret lang, kahit kayong dalawa nakakaalam, I would, if I am in that position, I would rather tell the other person na, hey,
Mismo. That's
Oo.
what I'm about to say.
kasi here's the thing, going back to communication in the previous episode, cheating usually happens when there is a lack of communication or miscommunication sa inyong dalawa. Pag wala kasi kayo nun, nung maayos na communication, hindi talaga ma-resolve yan. Meron tayong misconception though sa miscommunication most of the time. There are people kasi, I'm talking about different personality types, especially may mga introverts, or may mga intuitive, may mga emotional. May mga tao kasi minsan
They
na
communicate different.
they communicate differently. And there are times that when you know that this person is a extrovert, ikaw introvert, tapos you're trying to, one of you is trying to balance things out by matching the personality type of, or the communication style of the other person. So let me give an example. Ako yung introvert, ikaw si extrovert. Now, may atraso ako sa'yo. Tapos the way you're communicating with me is medyo malumanay. Kasi nga introvert ako, emotional ako kunyari. So, ilulumanay mo. You tone it down to a 2.
Yeah.
Diba? Minsan kasi pag ganun ang ginagawa mo, if you're trying to match the communication style of the other person, you're trying to sugarcoat things down. And it's not really resolving anything.
Yeah, it's not addressing anything.
You're putting the conversation at a surface level. You're putting the conversation out. That's good job. Pero,
Good job, but like you are underestimating your partner's capability of understanding.
correct. And most of the time kasi, if we're not communicating enough, that's when cheating happens. Nagpa-pile up na lang kasi siya. And when things pile up, dumadami yan, and di ba nga, pag puno ang salop, kailangan itapon yung salop.
Tinapon mo siya.
Tinapon yung salop.
Yeah, if you store what you don't say and it gets heavy.
It gets heavy.
Yeah.
And dito kasi minsan pasok yung time na baka meron ka ng naisumbat, or baka meron ka ng maging baon.
Sumbatan portion na yan. Tapos kalkala na ng mga bring up the past na.
Correct. And it's not really, it's not healthy. Kasi para sa akin, it's okay not to match the communication style of the other person. I'm not saying that do it all the time, ha. Pero it's okay for you to, go out of your norms.
Yeah.
It's okay
Most
for you.
especially if it's with your partner.
Correct. Kasi, of all people, you should know that this person would understand.
Yeah. And
Like, you should trust the person enough that this person is smart, is intellectual, and is understanding. Regardless of how you will react, mag-lash out ka, bahala ka, go ahead. It's just simply addressing it and expressing your emotion at that moment. Sinasabi natin usually, wag ka masyadong magsasalita, masyado kang galit. What if doon ka magiging effective eh? Pero, meron ka parang follow-through. Kasi minsan, nagkakaroon tayo ng miscommunication kung we always dwell in the now or react in the now pero hindi ka na nagkakaroon ng follow-through after. Minsan may mga tao na sinusugarcoat na lahat para makita lang na, hindi ako galit, okay lang lahat. Pero after nung...
sabog siya bigla.
After nung bigla na siya magla-lash out. Tapos sa ibang tao na nailabas. May ganun kasi.
Totoo din naman.
So address it dun sa tamang tao na kung sino yung may atraso, so mo kami address na kayong dalawa lang.
Diba parang acknowledge, address, action.
Correct. And there's always a follow-through after.
Yeah.
Parang conversations should not stop after you talking. Na kung tayong dalawa nagkagalit, hindi porket nag-usap na tayo ngayon ay okay na lahat. You can always, move forward, pero you talk things through pa din. Kasi it's always a process eh. And cheating will never happen. I'm not 100% certain on this, but cheating is least likely to happen if the conversation is always dynamic.
Yeah, and healthy. Kasi sometimes, pride plays a huge role. Like, it's such a huge factor in terms of, like, people being able to communicate effectively. Like, so when you're, like, kunyari, you're telling your issues with your partner na, this, I'm having problems with this, I think we can do better on this part, and ganyan. And then that other person takes it too personally. Takes it like it's an attack. It's pride. It's ego.
Correct.
Diba? Parang, parang sometimes kasi parang when the receiving person or the other person on the receiving end takes it as an attack, takes it too personally, then they will have to seek comfort from something else, someone else. Diba? So yun, so parang it really, proper communication and healthy and effective communication talaga. And when we say communication, guys, it does not always say talking. It could be, communicating through body language, communicating through efforts, communicating through praises, use your love language. It's a language, diba?
So it's
true.
It's always dynamic. Wala
Yes.
talaga.
Very
When
dynamic.
we say communication, it's not being boxed into just plain words
Mm-mm.
or plain conversations like what we're doing now. Na nag-uusap lang talaga kayo. Kasi, there's always a follow-through. There's always, an episode that's gonna happen after what's happening now.
Yeah. I think to wrap this episode up, last question siguro. Ako, for me, last question ko. Parang when you catch yourself in the middle of, like, committing a betrayal or cheating, how would you possibly handle it? Or how could you possibly handle it?
That's a very good question.
Kasi baka meron tayong mga kabayan na nandun sila sa sitwasyon na yan, na parang gagawin na nila, I mean, like, nasa crossroads sila na cheating and then not cheating. But if I do this, I'm gonna choose myself, self-love. If ganito, magtitiis ako kasi hindi ko na siya love, chirurut bang.
Yung question ba na to is ako yung mag-cheat? Ako na nag-cheat?
Ikaw na yung about to do the deed.
For me kasi parang it's never an option eh. Cheating is never an option for me if I'm not happy with the relationship that I'm in na. I still would not cheat. Parang cheating kasi is para siyang scapegoat mo. Na you're getting
easy way out.
It's an easy way out for you to get out of a relationship that you currently have. And you're using it as your defense mechanism, or we can call it a coping mechanism at least. Pero it's not you knowing yourself enough pa. Why am I saying that? That is because ako, and this is just me, I know myself that I'm not gonna do that. Regardless if I'm not happy or if I'm still happy with the relationship that I'm in, or if I'm not getting the validation I need from this person, I still wouldn't do it. I don't want to be selfish enough to say na mas masaya ako kapag ganito. Kaya ko kasi maging masaya na ako lang. Kaya ko maging
That's
masaya
correct.
kaya ko kasi maging masaya na ako lang. I give the validation I need for myself. Same with what's happening at work. What if na-promote yung isang kasama ko? Magsiselos ba ako? Hindi. Kaya ko ibigay yung promotion sa sarili ko. Either by resigning and moving to a different company, or gagalingan ko dun sa company ko ngayon at ipapapromote ko yung sarili ko sa tamang oras. You can always live that day.
It's like you don't subject people onto things that you feel you deserve.
Oo.
You give it to yourself.
Correct. It's a mistake kasi from other people. Hindi ko naman nila lahat. Pero marami kasing tao na if I'm not having this, or if I'm not getting this enough from this person, or from this company, or from this friend, aalis ako because I deserve more. I deserve better. It's okay. We get your point. It's okay na you deserve more. Kasi totoo naman, everyone deserves, better.
Yeah.
Pero give that to yourself by not really being selfish and eventually hurting someone.
Yeah.
Kasi we can always move forward without leaving someone hurt or without burning bridges.
Yeah.
Kasi it might just simply, palilitin mo na yung mundo mo.
That's true. Ako naman, again, speaking from experience, like if you catch yourself in the verge of
Cheating.
doing that, don't stop right now. Stop, as in, don't do it. Number one, you know that it's not good, you know that it's not right, you know that it's gonna hurt you and the people involved, do not do it. Now, bakit masighi yung damdamin ko sa pagpigil, no? Diba, let's go back to trust. When you cheat kasi, you are not only betraying the trust of your partner, of your partner's family, of your friends, of everyone who knows that you guys are together. It's not just that. When you cheat, take this from me. When you cheat, you are betraying your trust to yourself. Because, cheating is doing something that is not good. And when you do it, it means that you don't trust in yourself enough to do the right thing. So it's an integrity issue of you versus you. Kinakalaban mo yung sarili mo dito because you know that it's wrong, but you still did it. Right? And when you do it, when you commit that act of self-betrayal, which is like the worst betrayal, it's gonna be hard because it's gonna be self-inflicted, self-trauma. Parang you inflicted it, you did it all to yourself. And self-forgiveness is always the worst kind of, thing to go through. Ang hirap-hirap patawarin ng sarili. Yun. Ang daling magpatawad ng ibang tao, sobrang dali. Pero pag sarili mo, ang hirap patawarin ng sarili mo that you allowed yourself to do that to you because it's just you. So it's a battle of you within you, your mind, your heart, your everything, your morals, your values, your principles, your everything. And it's just really hard because it's internal. So just don't put yourself in that situation. Come on. We could all do better. If you know that it's wrong, just don't engage.
Last question na lang before we wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Can we mend broken trust?
Sorry. Well, I think, at the top of my head, yes. It can character development, change management, chances.
Can we give it 100% to the same person?
100% to the same person. Case subjective yan. Pero ako, I personally would say no.
Okay.
Sorry. Hindi na. There's always going to be that, shit, baka gawin niya ulit. I mean, and that is the trauma. Even if, ako personally, I'm gonna speak from me lang, even if there's going to be like a slight chance that I get over that traumatic experience, when I'm gonna be presented, with the same situation, or if I'm gonna be put in the same situation, regardless if it's with the same person or a different person, I would still probably, kunyari, may namit ako tapos parang medyo ganun yung nangyari. Kahit kakamit ko lang noon and, I get that 100% dapat, siguro baka 80% na lang din doon sa same person because of the trauma that I, got from the previous person. Siguro, yes, I could trust a person again, but not 100%, most especially if, the mistake or the betrayal was really like life altering,
Super impacting.
Oo.
I actually would say the same. We can mend broken trust Kaya naman. There's always forgiveness People forgive, but sometimes it's hard to forget. Mas mahirap makalimot kaysa magpatawad. Why am I saying this? Coming from experience and also from stories I've heard from people. It's like a broken mirror It's still a mirror. Tao pa rin naman siya. Mabubuo pa ba siya ulit? Like how it was before? I don't think so. Not really closing doors, pero I'm in that position na okay, we can say that bygones be bygones, but it's not gonna be the same thing again.
Yeah, it's never really the same thing. Yun nga, siguro, I also wanna share this na because it's never gonna be the same thing again, it's because of change. Right? Like, you are a different version of yourself now. That person is a different version of themselves now. So parang, it's really constant. Change is really like a very complex idea, but like, it happens constantly.
Correct. And change can happen in a snap. So,
Yeah, that's true.
ayun. Isa na namang
Grabe.
matalak na episode.
Oo!
Salamat sa mga nakitambay ngayon Chismis Tuesday dito sa CHIKABAYAN.
Sa inyong online tambayan every Tuesday night.
And don't forget again to download the V81 app for you to catch up on other V81 shows.
Yeah.
And also mga previous episode ng CHIKABAYAN. So download the app, available siya on Apple Store and on Google Play. And you can also watch us on
Amazon Fire TV. So if you have Amazon Fire TV, just download the V81 radio app on the TV on the device, and you can watch all our shows there too. And we're also available on Amazon Alexa.
Yes.
So
So just simply say,
Alexa, play V81 radio.
And we are available on Facebook Live and also on
YouTube
YouTube.
Live. That's
Yes.
correct.
And again, this is Owie.
And this is Jaya, and always remember,
Chika
Chika
responsibly.
responsibly.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in the next Chismis Tuesdays.
Kumusta, kabayan? Kumusta ka, bayan? Gusto mo bang makasagap ng chismis na may laman? Chismis na makabuluhan. Let's talk about love, life, relationships, social issues, and anything under the sun. Makitawa, makiiyak, makikanta, at makisaya sa nag-iisang online tambayan. CHIKABAYAN, Chika Bayan. CHIKABAYAN, kasama sina Jaya at Owie tuwing Martes, 7 p.m. Philippine Time. CHIKABAYAN, Chika Bayan. CHIKABAYAN, dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin.